Have a sip of your drink.
I guess.
I'll give you sex, though.
David.
I love how he doesn't hold anything back.
He doesn't.
We're trying to make a baby.
He tells
keep
my
failing.
personal life all the time to everybody.
Everybody.
Ah.
The whole world.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
So we're clear. If I'm talking about Trump and a couple of these happen, we're good.
It doesn't
Good.
matter.
You can say whatever you want.
I got a couple of those for
You
your
would
family.
not be.
Hey, my
not be
headset
sus-
keeps tapping out for some reason.
You would not be offended.
It's going in and out. Like it's. Must be something with the connection.
Try another headset. There's another headset near you.
Maybe the plug. It's out now.
What? It's out? Is the plug out?
When you
Start.
see if your feet kick it.
Oh no.
I hope not.
Oh, you got the wrong. Let me see your headset. You got the right one.
It was working.
See, I always have these in a certain way.
Sorry, guys. Here's the wire right here. This one.
A little too stretched.
Yeah, it's stretched. I'm always the one causing problems.
Do you hear anything now?
I can hear it now.
They had, maybe that's what it was too
Yeah, that was
stretched
it.
out.
It was too stretched.
Okay.
Okay. Too stretched. That's what she said. All right.
You're on, man.
All right, we're on. All right, hold on.
As I beat you.
That was you beating me.
They
Okay.
open to that, man.
All right, you're
I hear you.
Bing, bing. I love it. I love it. I'm sitting there tweeting. Bing, bing, bing. You press a button. Bing, bing. They all hand you checks. Bing, 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 bing.
There he
We
is.
had our
The
beautiful
man with
Marine
many
standing
words.
there. Bing, 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 bing. You know, in the old days, bing, bong. You know, with the map. Bing, bing, bing. Little mouth on him. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing. They're cleaning up. Fix that. Bing, bing, bing. 14-point plan. Bing, bing, bing. Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, bing, bing. Everyone's attacked me has gone bing. Everyone else, bing. Where have they gone? Bing. Wow, what a tackle. Bing. Playing cards. Bing, bing,
All
bing.
right.
Those tunnels. Bing, boom. Right under the toilet. Bing, boom. Right up. Bing. Like a rocket ship, except in the wrong direction. I'd fly over, drop them right on top. You know, just bing. They want me to use the pump. Because the other one, which I really like better than going bing, bing, bing. It's like puppets. Bing, bing,
Can you
bing,
see
bing,
us okay?
bong, bong, bing, bing, bing. The bing, bing, bang, bang, boom. I was imitating puppets, and I said, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Bye, bing, bing. That's the end of that. You know, it's the only thing he can say. In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true.
Such
Didn't
an idiot.
expect that reaction, but that's okay.
The whole world laughs at you.
The whole room. The whole world. Such an idiot.
America's economy is booming like never before. Since my election, we've added $10 trillion in wealth.
10
The
trillion.
stock market is at an all-time high in history, and jobless claims are at a 50-year low.
Now we're talking. We have a little happy song in a minute, and then we'll go to introduce the new guy. Like that? The bing, 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 bong. Bong. All right, here we are. It is 10/2/2018. It's the Wise Crackin show with Dave and Marty. And today we have two really cool guests. I'm super excited about this. We have Eugene and Yoza.
Hello.
Say what's up. And we have Joe Paradise.
How you doing?
Welcome to the show. Thank you guys for coming out. I know you guys are coming from a pretty big distance. And I just want to say real quick how I met you both. I met Gene. Gene or Eugene? Do you care either way?
I don't mind.
Okay. So I met him at a doctor's office. I walk in dialysis.
Yeah.
And Fox News was on. And I was exhausted from my day, and I sat down next to you. I didn't want to sit next to any of the old people. And I sat down next to you.
David.
And I'm like, can you believe this shit? and he, you know, I know. We started going back and forth. I'm like, we had like, what, 5 minutes?
You see, now here's the thing, though. And I was trying to ask my friend about it. I was trying to remember, what was it? What was the specific issue they were talking about?
I don't know.
I
There's
think it
so
was the separation at the border.
Why do they put Fox News on everywhere?
everywhere.
That
Every
makes people
doctor's
sicker.
office. It does.
At a doctor's office.
At a doctor's
I
office.
went to my
It's good for
doctor's office
business.
for a checkup the other day too, and you got the same thing on Fox
Why?
News.
I think it just
It's-
makes you
Aren't
more
you trying
ill.
to? This is not holistic. You're not reducing
No,
people's
it's
tension.
not at all.
We were sitting there going, I think it was something at the border, and we're like, can you believe this? The problem is that so much shit is thrown against the wall.
Yeah.
You kind of, I don't know what we were watching that
It's
day.
like a T-shirt machine.
I
A
said,
T-shirt.
and I said,
gun.
not to sound odd, but you're a cool guy, and I don't want to lose contact with you. I need your number.
You're like, can I get your digits?
Can I get your digits right now? And he's like, I don't know about that. I said, no, I got a radio show you'd be perfect for. And the more I talked to him, we talk like every day. Hey, how's your day? How's whatever? Because we do the same type of business. And I'm like, can you believe what happened? He's like always one step ahead with Kavanaugh, with everything. And I'm like, that's the
Yeah.
man right there. Remember?
Yeah.
I told you all about him. So that was a cool thing. And then with
So
Joe,
wait
yeah.
1 second. So Eugene, do you do what David did before he quit? Do you transport patients or?
Yeah. Now that specific day, I was doing the MAV. So I had my wheelchair patients I was taking from the dialysis clinics. I was picking them up.
Okay,
right.
yeah.
And so yeah, I'm an EMT though.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
David.
EMT.
I had
too.
mine for 25 years.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like,
Really?
yeah. I let it
Yeah.
go like 3 years ago.
Okay. So you were running your own provider?
No, I was just working for somebody else.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Okay.
But I want to give a little background on you.
Yeah.
So your parents immigrated here to the U.S. from, you said, very interesting,
Yeah. My dad is from Barbados.
Barbados. Okay.
Yeah. And my mom is Nigerian.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite. That's a great mix.
Yeah. And
Okay.
they came here in the mid '80s.
Mid 80s. Okay.
Yeah.
And you were one of five. How do you fall in?
I am number 4.
Number 4.
Oh,
okay.
Close to the baby.
Went to college, majored in political science, social work, and African history,
Yeah.
and you recently obtained a graduate degree in public administration from Seton Hall.
Yeah. 2 years
Also,
ago.
7 years as a drug court case manager in Elizabeth. You must have been busy.
Oh my
In Elizabeth.
goodness. Yeah.
Currently working as an EMT with the dream of owning his own medical transport business in the near future.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
tough
So-
business.
You're a
It
welcome
is.
addition to the show, and I'm telling you, I come home, I'm like, I love talking to this guy because I'm like, you know what he said today? Like, what? And then I'm like, we have to have him on the show. Joe. Dominic Katusco,
Yes.
a good friend.
Yeah.
We go back to high school.
I
Wow.
love reading
We
his
go-
stuff on Facebook.
He's
the best. He's so smart.
We are very much the same. It threw me off in high school because he showed up one day and he had a Hitler World Tour shirt on. And
That'll throw you.
It said England was canceled, but it was like a rock shirt with like the World Tour of Hitler. And I was raised Jewish. I'm like, fucking Dominic Katusco,
That's
man.
working a couple of levels
Right.
Yeah.
But
away
that's,
from what you're
that's,
expecting.
that's Dominic, and I
Yeah.
love him, man. He's helped me with gardening. I owe him a rototiller because I kind of broke it. Sorry, Dominic, wherever you are.
We'll get you a
better be listening.
rototiller.
I did.
You know what we should do? We should go on the Craigslist and get him a used
I get him a rotor. He wants a new one. I kind of
Yeah.
feel bad about that.
right,
So
right.
sorry, Dominic. Okay, so let's see with you and how you met Dominic at Great Adventure.
We were, I was working at the caricature shops out at Great Adventure for
Okay.
a couple of years,
And he was an EMT, right?
And he came on one day, and
Oh,
he
he
was
did?
drawing.
Oh,
He's
he's a
drawing with
really
us.
good artist.
He is.
He's a great artist. He
And
is.
he put in a couple of summers with us out at the park, and we just kept in touch after that. And yeah, he's a great guy.
Wow, that's awesome. Dominic's just a really great guy. So that was your first drawing job, your first artistic job.
I was 15 years old, and I tell the story. I still draw caricatures out at the Phillies ballpark,
Right.
where I just draw the fans, and it's it's a great little thing to do on the weekends. But I was 15 years old. They came to my high school art class. I grew up in Jackson, New Jersey,
Okay.
which we're very adventurous, and who in this, they just the guys who run the shops who likes to draw cartoons.
I do.
And
Yeah.
and I've been doing caricatures ever since.
Now I ordered something from you. Do you have it by you?
I do.
Okay. It's a surprise for Marty. You got to see this.
Ooh.
This is a special.
Okay.
It's a special surprise.
unannounced-
He was trying to show it to me, and I told him not to.
She said, "No, I want to
He
be
gets so
surprised."
excited about gifts.
This is a special gift
Okay.
from Joe.
I was like,
that we're
I
gonna
wanna
hang.
be
We're gonna
surprised.
As I specially unwrap it.
we're gonna put it in your
Okay.
office.
Drum roll, please.
Okay.
That's all we got.
Yeah, you have drums on there.
That works.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Oh my
wow.
God!
Right, can
I love it. I have to show it to the
show it to the
camera.
crowd. We both love Monty Python,
Yeah.
and he did. This is from
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
You're
that's
holding-
so
you're holding-
great.
And you have the coconut.
You're holding your empty halves of a coconut.
She could've
Okay.
held
To
her
bang
breast.
together.
It's not- Just kidding. But this is
David.
a great picture. It's a great shot. Thank you so much.
I wanna
My
look at it
pleasure.
some more.
Totally appreciate it.
I
Isn't that
know.
great?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So-
That's really nice.
That is
So
amazing.
That it came
Thank
out
you.
really great. Really great.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love the way he did the beard too. All right. So enough of that.
Okay, all right.
So the
I-
character
I love that.
training helped him achieve another lifelong dream, being a published comic book artist.
Which also happened pretty young too. I had a friend who knew a guy and sent a couple of samples of my work out to Revolutionary Comics out
Wow.
in San Diego.
Okay.
And at Rock and Roll Comics.
Right.
You know, they
started
did the-
rock and roll comics
the
right out of high
Metallica-
school.
Mm-hmm. And I just got a phone call from this guy Todd Lauren one day, and I'm like, "Oh, this is cool." And he says, "Yeah, I publish Rock and Roll Comics. I want to know if you want to do our Fall of the New Kids on the Block book."
Sure.
Fall of the
New Kids on the Block.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially for me, angsty teenage metalhead. Oh, you mean I
Yes.
get to draw the downfall of the New Kids on the Block? You bet or believe it.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll do it. Mm-hmm. Other credits include comic biographies of the Ramones, Pee Wee Herman, Bernie Sanders, and many others.
Yes.
So
Actually-
wait, was it the downfall of Pee Wee Herman that you drew, or?
Yes, in fact,
No.
we did that.
Oh.
We were talking about it about 2 days after the movie theater incident
Yeah,
happened, and
yeah.
we said, "Okay,
Oh.
we have to do this book."
Did you do it with the?
And the first page I drew
Oh.
was Pee Wee in the movie theater, and the caption of what happened that got him arrested, and I just drew it in this like spoogey-looking caption balloon
Oh my
with
God.
like the liquid
Spoogey.
he
edges.
said spoogey.
That's a word, right?
Yeah,
That's a
that's
word.
definitely a word.
Now a word. Say it 2 more times. It belongs to you.
I don't want to know what appears in the mirror if I say that 3 times.
No, that'd be bad.
You've
It's me.
illustrated the movie poster for Citizen Toxie.
Toxic Avenger
The
4,
Toxic
the
Avenger
best
4.
one.
Toxic Avenger, I love.
His work has been by national media, including the New York Times, The Atlantic, and Fox News. You're
Fox
also,
News, I don't know about that.
You're also brought up by something else too. Just happened. There was an article.
Well, there was an article, but I want to say one last thing about Fox News, since I know you're such a fan.
I am.
Yeah.
Not.
One of the high points of my whole artistic career, outside of the letter I got from the Ramones publicist saying
yeah.
Joey loves this book.
Right.
But I watched Sean Hannity put my picture of Sean Hannity up on the screen, and like, do I really look like that?
Yes, you
Yes,
really
you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You have a giant square head.
Yes, you really look like
You have
that.
a head shaped like one of those caramel things that you put. Yeah, that's you, dude. I ruined Sean Hannity's day, and I consider that to be an
honor.
achievement.
An achievement. Good for you,
Yeah,
man.
Good.
All right, so now that we did your introductions, we're going to break into the news. And since you guys
But
are...
wait a minute. I
Oh?
think you see here.
I have something.
Yes, David
I have
has
something to play.
David has surprises.
This goes to...
Fix your iPad so it's standing up.
I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. Anyway, this is it's in honor of Gene being here, but it's in honor of I'm not an apologist, but white people really have to mind their business.
Yes, they
Shut
do.
the fuck up. If people are barbecuing
Leave them
if
alone to
someone's-
barbecue.
It's
Or to sell the water, whatever
sell
they're
the water,
doing. Mind your
whatever they're
business.
doing, mind their business. Let me see if I can find it. Where?
Go over it. Go over it. Right there.
Here it is. It's called Mind Your Fucking Business.
Hi, fellow white people.
Oh, wait.
Are you having a sad because that family is enjoying a picnic in the park while being black? Did that customer in front of you just speak a language that makes you irrationally angry? Well, this is a great time to try. Mind your own fucking business. With Mind Your Own Fucking Business, you'll be able to grow the fuck up and act like a decent fucking human being. Our patented technology allows you to pull your head out of your ass and see the world beyond the brim of your MAGA hat.
Hi, honey. I saw some black people at the Starbucks today.
Did you mind your own fucking business?
I sure
Stop bothering those nice people today with Mind Your Own fucking Business.
Side effects may include not harassing people, no one getting arrested or murdered by police, a general sense of well-being for people of color, a lack of internet fame, and or trolling and coexistence. Please consult your doctor if you are still a piece of shit after minding your own business.
Now available at Anthropology and Whole Foods.
Whole Foods. Very nice. So people, I mean, racism has always existed in this country, and it drives me nuts. If I see someone of color, if I see someone Mexican or speaking a different language, you know what I do? I continue on with my day and mind my fucking business because it's not my business.
Well, not only that, they could be visiting us from a different country
Right.
and spending their money here and supporting our economy.
So
You never know what somebody's backstory is.
the red hat has replaced the white hood, and people feel empowered because Mushroom Dick is a is a blatant racist, and he makes it okay for
Doesn't
these-
even try to hide it
doesn't
anymore.
even try to
No.
hide it. What about when he's like at his rally in Texas? Look at my African American over there.
Right.
The fuck?
And they found out that guy was paid too.
Right, and I don't know, and we talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
So he
What?
literally was his African American
It
because
really-
he
It
paid him to
was.
be
He
there.
paid for him to be there. Yeah.
What is going on with Kanye? I don't listen
know.
to him anyway.
You know what though? I
He's-
think that him and Kim do whatever controversial thing they can do to stay in the news.
Right.
You know, and that's
Yeah,
what he thinks is going to sell records. And I think that probably Jay-Z is probably saying, "Okay, do whatever you're going to do because you're selling records." You know,
He's calling for the amendment that abolishes slavery. I think.
all publicity is good publicity
yes,
on a certain.
But-
even
but
negative
it's-
publicity. Yeah.
How do you feel about? I know you're not a Kanye listener, but how do you feel about that? What does that do? Like,
You know what?
because you know what? A color aside, you are an educated person. You're a bright person. I enjoy talking to you. But as a black guy, how do you feel about somebody like Kanye doing that? Does it set you back? Does it?
I'm not conflicted. I don't know what's the end game. You know, you
Right.
do so. What's his end game with this whole? Because obviously,
Get
does he
paid.
have an album coming out? Does he have some type of
He does.
new
Yeah.
music? Does he have some type of?
But do you think?
But
he's-
unless he's
What's
putting out a
his end
country
game?
music album, I can't
the
imagine.
the end game is get paid, get
get paid,
Yeah.
get paid.
But through what?
Through
though?
what?
Is he going to be a televangelist or something? Is he going to be a public speaker? What's
But
his
it's-
end game?
but it's-
because he knows Trump is toxic.
Is he
but
trying
he's
to-
willing to go out there and wear the MAGA hat in
Right.
public and say, "Hey, look at me. I'm an unabashed Trump supporter," and that's fine. But what's the end game? And
Right. What's he trying to accomplish? That's like when Marty
Yeah.
says to me, "Why do you continue arguing with Trump supporters?" I literally bang my head on the table.
There's
And
no
you see what
changing anyone's
You
mind.
see what I post? I actually offended some of Joe's family on Facebook. I'm like, who's this Nancy woman? Like, is it Nancy?
Yeah, my she's been living
Hi,
with
Nancy.
my father for years, and
Thanksgiving must be
You know,
good
they're
times
just-
at your house. 'Cause
it's
I can't-
tough. I mean,
I can't even imagine.
I go down to Florida where they all live,
Ugh.
and at some point I'm always surrounded by
Ugh.
they're going to straighten me out.
That's like
my
somebody.
God.
That's like somebody praying the gay away.
Yeah,
When I
kind of,
tell people
kind
I'm
of.
an atheist, I'm going to go, let me tell you about Jesus. That's why I'm an atheist.
Well,
you don't
when-
have to tell me
when
about
they bring
him.
you into a cult, they love bomb you.
They love bomb
They
you.
love, and now,
Yes.
I don't know what the opposite of that is termed, but
Yes.
I get the opposite of that. Listen, buddy.
This is not how it is.
You've been living your life the wrong way. You've been
And my mom goes,
all
I raised-
accepting of other hues of people
Right.
and other religions. And
What's wrong with you being a
Right.
decent person? How dare you not have racism inside you?
Well, it's crazy, but and ever since Trump happened, see, it used to be like, the racism used to be quiet.
Yes,
used to be
it
like,
was quiet.
He's black.
Right.
Right, that's how the
and-
jokes, like you look around, you're like,
Right.
No, but you know what?
Right.
right? Am I
I
right?
think,
And you
I
know
think
what?
it's
And
worse now
that's-
than it ever has been.
Let me tell you
And
this
that's
one
fine.
story.
Wait,
You know
go
what?
ahead.
And that's see. Here's the thing. Everyone's even okay.
Everyone is
Everyone's
racial.
just a little racist.
Come on,
right?
you say
and that's
crackers with your
fine.
You say crackers with your
But-
you do. We all do. Come on. But
Everyone has a little
a
tinge of
little
racism.
bit.
You know?
Absolutely. Chinese are the worst drivers.
Exactly.
Right. I could,
Everyone is.
Well, it's not
Italians
even
are all
just that.
loud.
It's like we're biologically hardwired to be sympathetic to people who look like us
Yes.
and to
Yeah.
have a little
Yes.
antipathy
Yeah.
towards
Yes.
people who don't. And, but we can overcome biology.
Yes.
Because,
Yes.
yeah.
The one great thing that I was able to do in one of my arguments with a Trump supporter, it was one of these radio shows, AM talk radio, Fangul, and,
oh, fungal.
and they and the guy, the host said something that worked my nerves. I call them the station, they say, oh, it was something racist, and they say, oh, we have somebody. They just happen to have a black gentleman on hold, ready for me to call in.
Okay.
I don't know if he was legit or if he was a guy doing an impression or whatever.
Right.
But he's like, I don't know how you're going to talk about racism. I'm black. You understand? I'm black. And I got pissed. And he's like, yeah, you don't know what racism is. You don't get to. I said, no. I'm white. When you leave the room, I hear what all these dudes say about you
Oh,
because I
yeah.
blend in.
Right.
They
Right.
think I'm one of them.
It's like Louis C.K. What was it? It's how he said Louis C.K.
Yeah.
He had this joke. He goes, if I go back to year one as a white guy, come on. When you're doing like Back to the Future,
Yeah.
Marty had to be white. And
That's
I'm not
right.
making this a racist
Yeah, the
show, but I just want to
1950s.
say, I just want to show you where I stand. You can't send Black Marty McFly back to the 50s. It won't work. You can go back to year one as a white guy, and it'll be like, table for one, Mr. Weisskopf, right here. But
Well,
we were watching.
not really for you.
Wait, not for me.
No,
but-
because the Jews
right,
are
the Jews.
The Jews have always been hated.
But we were watching Timeless, a show called Timeless.
Yeah.
And the pilot of The Craft was a black guy. And they go,
And
where are we
we just
going?
said that wouldn't work.
Where are we going? Back to the 1950s? Great. Where are we going? Back to 1920s? Great. Where are we
Yeah.
going? Back to the Civil War? I'll be in the ship. Like he just,
Yeah, he was
it's
always
just-
getting a bad deal.
But it's just, I don't judge people, and I'm going to quote Martin Luther King. It's by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. I've met plenty of asshole white people.
I'll judge people by the color of their hat.
The color of their hat. I will
yes.
never wear a red hat. Remember, we went to the flea market. We went to the flea market and we bought all this stuff. And he turned around and had a MAGA hat on. I'm like, there you go.
No.
Right.
I can't. I
No.
can't.
One of my other caricature artist friends wears a "Make America Obama Again" hat, which
But
doesn't
it's-
really
but
make a
it's
lot
red.
of sense, but
But
it's a
it's
red
red.
hat and it puts me off.
It puts you off. It should be blue.
I understand.
I love that. Though.
I understand that you're trying to subvert the message and everything
Yeah.
like that, but it just
You're like, ugh.
I can't.
Right.
Wait. I just want to interject for one thing.
Here we go. Good.
You remember about a year ago? It was right after the hurricane that hit Houston,
Yes.
and Trump went out there. And I was watching television that night, and they were talking about how he had a new hat that he was selling on his website.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
it was the same, the same MAGA hat, but it was just a new, I guess,
a new branding. A new
or
branding.
something about
That,
it.
by the way, was made in China. Just,
Yes, it's not even an American
Not
company.
even an American company.
I believe
So
it's
it's not even giving American jobs.
I believe it's
the
pronounced
irony is
China.
just
What's that?
the irony is just
It's
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
But here's the thing that caught me: the price tag on the hat was like 50 or 60
50 or
bucks
60 bucks.
for the
For a
hat,
baseball cap.
for a baseball cap.
And people
on his
people
website.
buy
Yeah.
it though. Did you see the Christmas ornament that looked like a hat that was over $100?
It's a MAGA hat.
And people bought it for their family
Here's the
members
problem.
over $100.
Here's the problem. Before Trump came out, these rednecks or whatever we learned about rednecks, and
I feel bad saying redneck now because now we learned where that term comes from.
Right, from
and
the
it was
Michael
from
Moore movie.
people
Really?
tying red neckerchiefs
Union
around
members,
them.
right?
right? Who
Yes.
went on strike to get better
Right.
pay and benefits and health care.
So calling them
So
rednecks
now I
we're
feel like
Yeah, well,
I'm-
the
Okay,
good old
let's-
boys co-opted the term redneck, and
Yeah.
they've ruined it.
yeah,
come
they
on.
did ruin it because it really meant something
It
nice.
used to mean something good.
Yeah.
Come on, Hitler took over the swastika to mean something different.
That's
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
the OK
The
symbol.
Manji
This
symbol.
now means white power.
No, because I think you have to
Like
turn
you
it
have
like
to turn
that.
it like this. Well, all these.
Well, it's like you have to hold it the right way. So now you got your W, and then you got your P
You
over
can't
here,
hold it
and-
like this, like Stephen Miller does in White House
or
photographs.
like this thing, like Zena Bash.
Right, Zena Bash sat behind Kavanaugh. We'll get to Kavanaugh in a minute too, sitting like this.
Yeah.
Nobody sits
I
like
can't
this
wait till
comfortably.
Kavanaugh
Nobody does that.
Nobody
see,
does
see.
that.
No, that feels weird.
Let me try it.
Nobody. It also means asshole in sign language.
Yes.
Nobody sits like this comfortably. And
I
that
can't
she
even
was
make my hand go that way.
No, nobody does that. So
It's like how some people can't do that.
right. I can't do that. You
I
can
was
do
a
that?
Trekkie. Yeah.
man.
Or if, you have
Yeah,
to. It's
I
like
can do it.
it's like a learned skill. You have
Yeah.
to now. You
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
shadow puppets.
But what I'm getting at with Trump is like before him, things like misspelling potato were bad, and when Dean, what's his name?
Dan Quayle.
Dan.
Yeah.
But what was the guy from the college? That, yeehaw!
Oh, Howard Dean.
Dean.
Howard
Dean's
Dean.
That was too
And he was a
crazy.
great guy. A great guy.
That was
Howard
is,
Dean.
crazy
yes.
for the Republicans. It
It
drove
really
me
is.
nuts. So he comes. So here's Trump and these Republicans who constantly vote against their own best interests. These Kentuckians and Louisiana and Mississippi constantly vote against their own best interests. They vote for Republicans time and time again. Look at Mitch McConnell in Kentucky.
You have to remember what LBJ said. You convince the lowest white man he's better than the lowest black man. Not only will he let you pick his pockets, he'll empty them for you.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Well
exactly
said.
what happened.
Yeah,
Well
it's
said.
true. And we saw LBJ and we were like, that's so true. That's so true.
Right.
But
We saw the movie, not the guy.
Yeah, the movie. But when he came
It's
down,
better than I got. I got the Facebook meme where it was a little picture of LBJ in the impact font. You know?
when he came down the escalator and he announced his presidency, and he said,
escalator.
and, yes, and he's like, Mexicans are crawling over the border. We're inundated. Muslims are bad. This is bad. China's raping us. He did what Hitler was doing.
That's right.
He made scapegoats for people.
This guy hates all the right people. I like him.
Right.
Yes, he hates the same people
the
that
same
we
people
hate.
we
He
hate.
hates the same people I hate.
Now
Yeah.
it's funny. Now we in our hands we hold information in our hands. We are in a informed society.
Yeah.
But we are drowning in information. People choose, and our friend Jay Bradley, friend of the show, well, he lives in North Carolina.
He lives in North Carolina,
Carolina.
and he is a little. Well, we thought that he was a little blue speck in a sea of red. And what he ended up, we had him call into the show so he could explain to us how he stays alive because we were concerned about him.
I
And
know
he
the
said that-
feeling. I
and
know the
he
feeling,
said
my
there's-
brother. You're not alone.
Right.
No. He said that there's a lot of like-minded people around him. He lives in a city, so there's a lot of like-minded
Well,
people.
you go 15 miles out, you're seeing Confederate flags.
Yeah. Yes.
Now the big
And
thing now.
but let me stay on him because he listens to right-wing radio all day long, and he tapes himself on Facebook Live
and his
yelling at the radio.
hilarious.
And we laugh the entire time.
That's very therapeutic.
And,
I like that.
and we don't listen to right-wing radio. I mean, on occasion we'll turn on Fox News for a second to see what they say about something, but he
Every
listens
now
all
and
day
again,
long.
you have to hate watch something.
Right, you do. Like, and I
Right,
feel like
right.
you got to step out of the bubble a little bit. But we talk to Jay so we can find out what's going on over
Right.
there, and he told us. He told us a bunch of stuff. So.
His
Sometimes I just want to know what my dad's going to be yelling at me about this week.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So your dad probably thinks you're a communist. Probably thinks there's a big difference between communism and socialism, and people have to stop confusing the two.
Yeah.
Right.
We are all card-carrying members of the socialist parties.
Right.
You have a social security card if you like paved highways and public parks and national parks and your fire department and police department and hospitals.
Well,
These are-
hospitals are questionable.
They're getting
Right, because
but
you know
we're
that's,
getting there.
you like your paved roads. You know, you like your
Your public
snowplows,
library, your kids going to school.
Thank you. And
Like,
all-
if you have a problem at your house, do you call your own personal police officer and
Or do
pay
you
them money
call
out of
your
your
own
pocket?
personal firefighter?
Right,
Right.
my house on fire. Let me first give you $100,000.
I mean,
so it'll
you
take
read
that.
about that stuff in New York City where you had
Yeah.
to have a medal hung in front of your
Yes,
a medallion hung in
that-
front of your building, and if you didn't have the medallion to pay
Yes.
for your fire insurance,
That
That's
happened
right.
in Gangs of New York.
Yes.
Remember when they came together? The two fire departments came together. They had him. This building had a medallion. This one didn't, and the two fire companies ended up fighting and not putting out the fires,
Right.
and then looting the houses after they were burned out.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Probably happened.
Yes.
Capitalism
at its finest. But when he came down, he goes, "This guy may be from New York, and he's a Hollywood elite, but he thinks like me. He's racial,
And he's
like
wearing
me,
the hat.
and he's
And the
wearing
hat, the trucker hat.
The trucker hat
Yeah.
is what did it for people."
Yeah.
Well, it was funny for me because I'm watching him steal Chris Christie's whole gig.
oh,
When
yeah.
he put Chris Christie behind him and dismissed him,
Even before
No,
then, I
Chris
mean,
Christie was the tough guy.
Chris
Who would
Christie
yell
was
at
the
people
tough
with
guy.
the ice cream cone
So
in his hand.
I remember this because I was doing the political biographies going into the primary season,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
first
yeah.
one that I did was Rand Paul. Remember when Rand Paul was considered to be a serious contender for
Yes.
not so much anymore.
Right.
right?
And there's all kinds of stuff going on with him now.
Old Brillo head used to
Right.
be. You
And
know, they
then
thought
Gene-
he was.
Gene sitting here like this, going, "Yep."
Yeah.
Farm remembers. Yep.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It seems like a million years ago.
But it's
does.
not.
But it wasn't. It was
But
just
it
Because
wasn't.
one day in Trump time, it ages you 50 years.
Right. Well,
because-
I do the news, and this is only one day.
This is only one
This
day.
is only one day.
Tell you what, we're gonna jump into the
It's
news.
unbelievable. It
we're
really
gonna
is.
we're gonna comment on that, and then we're gonna talk about this product I'm using. Hopefully, they're gonna be our sponsor. So,
Yes.
you want to start with the news?
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, everybody, do you realize it's day 621 of the dumpster fire we call the Trump? 621 days. And are you guys
Feels
tired?
like a decade.
David, are you tired of winning?
I'm tired of winning. All this winning, so much winning.
So the New York Times came out with a report today that says that Trump inherited his family wealth through fraud and suspicious tax schemes. I mean, I
apologize for nothing.
he received the equivalent today of at least $413 million from his father's real estate empire. Trump has repeatedly claimed that I built what I built myself. Trump
Winning.
Trump and his siblings used fake corporations to hide financial gifts from his parents, which helped his father claim millions in tax deductions. Trump also helped his parents undervalue their real estate holdings by hundreds of millions of dollars while filing their tax returns. In total,
Oh, sorry.
Fred
Sorry.
and Mary Trump transferred more than $1 billion in wealth to their children.
$1 billion.
$1 billion, and paid a total of $52 million in taxes, instead of the $550+ million they should have owed under the 55% tax rate imposed on gifts and inheritances. Trump also earned, in quotes, $200,000 a year in today's dollars, starting at age 3 from his father's companies. After college, Trump started receiving the equivalent of $1 million a year, which increased to $5 million a year when he was in his 40s and 50s. Trump has refused to release his income tax return.
He's still going bankrupt 7, 8.
Yeah, I know, because he's terrible at it. Breaking with decades
Right?
of practice by past
Everything.
presidents, there is no time limit on civil fines for tax fraud.
Hold on a second. Go ahead. You're about to burst.
You see my reaction, right?
Yes, I do. I can feel it.
My thing is, all right, today's standards, $400 million.
Yeah. Yes.
How do you go bankrupt that many times? How do
Because you're not.
What do
You know what?
do?
You know what
have
else
to
we
really
heard today?
work hard
We
to
heard that,
do that.
his father, who had Alzheimer's,
Right.
was trying to take the company
Yes.
back because
Yes.
his father actually, even though he was a crook, he actually made money, and he saw his son losing the money. So his father, who's like had Alzheimer's, was like, "Never mind, you can't have the company. I have to give it back."
You are one pathetic loser.
Yeah.
I had to do that one.
So the good news, I don't know if it's good or bad, is the New York State tax officials are investigating the allegations
Good.
that Trump
Good.
and his father committed. But I don't know what's going to happen. You know,
It's
you
a
can't-
state crime, so he can't pardon himself.
Right,
That's good.
That's true too. But do they need to wait till he's out of office to charge him, or, you know,
Well,
that's all?
according to Kavanaugh, president
Exa-
cannot be charged.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
yeah, which is why they're trying to rush him into the court.
Oh, David, I'm going to need you to get this sound effect ready.
Which one is it?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
President does it.
Okay.
That means it's
Wait.
not illegal.
Okay. So Paul Manafort met with Robert Mueller's office as part of his cooperation agreement following his guilty plea last month. Manafort is required to fully cooperate, truthfully, completely, and forthrightly in any and all matters the government deems the cooperation The intermediary between Roger Stone and WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange told Senate intelligence committees that he will plead the fifth.
Yes. I plead the fifth.
Oh, there it is.
In response to a subpoena. Roger Stone is such a crook.
Can they just lock him up already?
Oh my God.
I thought you were going to say
And he
Roger Stone is
has-
a creep.
He's weird. He has a
He's-
tattoo of Nixon
Nixon.
on his back.
And his wife and him are swingers and all.
Well, I don't want to think about Roger Stone swinging. I could.
Mrs. Roger Stone, while you're pegging me, I want you to look
Oh
at
my
this picture
God.
on my
Oh,
back.
that's so terrible. So that's what he's planning on doing. Oh, here's something really great. Okay. Have this one ready.
Why? Oh.
Trump directed an effort to prevent Stormy Daniels from public. I just got her book today. I haven't read it yet. I'm dying to read it.
She's got a book out?
Yes,
Yeah, it'll
she's got a
take-
book and
it'll-
I just bought it.
It'll take 2 minutes to read.
No,
as much
it's
as the
no.
longest
You know
Trump
what though?
lasted.
It's 220 pages. So I don't
it?
know what's in it, but
Get out of
Is
here.
there a centerfold?
there might be.
Oh,
I'll look at
that's
it.
what I'm talking about.
I just
All the pages are stuck together. It's weird.
You know what?
weird.
Before Trump gets out of office, we're going to have to see his mushroom dick. You all.
I know, right? Ugh, that's not
This
good.
orange crusty.
All right, listen to this.
Mario Kart is ruined forever.
Trump-
Forever.
Trump directed an effort to prevent Stormy Daniels from publishing a description of her alleged sexual encounter with him.
Oh,
In February, Trump instructed his then lawyer, Michael Cohen,
it's not coming. But not that one. Sorry.
Says who?
There he is.
to seek a restraining order against Daniels through a confidential arbitration proceeding and coordinate the legal response with his son, Eric Trump. Direct involvement by Trump and his son suggests that Trump's ties to his company continued into 2018, contradicting public statements made at the time by Trump Organization, the White House, and Michael Cohen.
Oh, it says who?
Oh my gosh! So we'd already talked about the visas, denying the visas. They're making same-sex marriages. People get married, to stay here with
Okay.
the UN. So what I want to do now is bonus. Here's a bonus here.
A bonus. A
A
bonus about Trump.
Trump tweeted in all caps.
Uh-oh. He's serious. You know he's serious when he tweets in all cap. What time was this at?
Yes.
He tweets from the
Oh,
toilet.
it was 12:08 p.m. this time.
So that must have been before nap time.
right.
Right after McDonald's.
It was after executive time.
All caps means he's blocked up.
He's blocked up. He means business.
Okay, this is what he said.
Shouldn't have got the extra cheese on that
No.
Big Mac.
And he's in love with Kim Jong Un now. He's in love with Rocket
He
Man
said
now.
he does love him. Yes, he said that.
Oh,
What if Obama had said that?
Oh.
What if Obama? Listen, when Trump had. Don't get me wrong. Hear me out. The black guys here. No, I'm kidding. When Trump had fried chicken on Air Force One, could you imagine if Obama did that?
Oh my God!
Could you
Oh.
imagine if Obama did he put what was it, mustard on a hot dog, and we heard about it. He wore a tan suit, and we heard
What's
about it
wrong
for
with
a month.
mustard on a hot
Arugula.
dog?
Arugula. I mean, that
Arugula.
was like a scandal in
When
itself.
he put his feet up on the desk, when he gave the
He was
cappuccino
tired right
salute.
now.
Right.
Okay.
He was doing something called, I don't know, being a president. I don't
Like
know.
Hannity. What's the matter? Iceberg lettuce isn't good enough for him?
Oh my God!
Who do you think he is? It's arugula.
So Trump wrote and he typed in all caps.
All caps. He's mad.
The only reason to vote for a Democrat is if you're tired of winning.
Oh.
Oh my gosh!
I guess you're winning. See, this is what the Republican Party's doing.
Yeah.
They're blaming women, shaming women, denying women, abusing women, grabbing women, assaulting women, suppressing women.
Well, I have something to say about that.
The Democratic Party is electing women.
The one thing to say about that is the White House corrected the official transcript from Trump's press conference in the Rose Garden to include his insult of a female reporter.
Did you guys see this?
Yes.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. It happened in real time, but I
Yeah.
did hear about it.
There was
The transcript initially showed Trump telling Cecilia Vega that she wasn't thanking him for calling on her. In reality, Trump told her that she was not thinking. You never do.
You never do. He said that
What
to her.
the, you know?
Who thought it was a good idea to make Don Rickles president of the United States?
I'm done with that until we do that part.
Or like a Don
okay?
Rickles cover band, a bad cover band of Don Rickles insult comedy.
I do want to talk about this real quick. Now, there's 5 men in this room. Here we are. I use this product. I'm going to play a little commercial too. And it's called Fresh Balls. And we're trying to get them to advertise here. Are my balls fresh?
They really are super fresh.
They are super fresh.
I smelled
right?
them today.
She did smell my balls. Just this stuff goes on. It's great, especially since the heat we had. It goes on like a lotion.
Okay.
But it dries like a powder. And it doesn't leave like your balls stick to your legs sometimes. It's hot out. You know, you're out doing your artwork or whatever. You're doing your EMT thing, and your balls stick to you.
Oh yeah.
Right after the shower, you put this on. There's like no residue.
Sometimes when you dip your balls in the ink.
Is that what you're doing? I knew it. I was looking at this saying, that might be that.
You ever do the bird?
It's my secret cartooning technique.
Yes.
I have a new sexual position for your wife.
I'm sure she'll love to hear this.
You fill her mouth with sorry, I don't know your wife. Sorry, I'm just kidding. But you take with fruit punch and you dip your balls in.
Were they made of ink balls?
Dip your balls in like a it's called the hummingbird.
Oh,
David,
nectar.
David, you don't know his wife.
I don't know your wife, so I'm
right.
probably never going to meet her. But I'm
Not now.
Well, listen, it's a product out of Las Vegas. It applies as a soothing cream, dries as a cooling powder, and prevents wetness and anti-chafing. On a serious note, this really does work. Now,
when we find a product that we like, we want to tell the world about it.
we want to tell the world. Like half of us have balls. More than half of us in this room have balls.
It's true.
It's true.
Some of us
right?
only have half our balls.
Right? Well, you're married, so that's true in your case. So I want to play a commercial about having fresh balls. All right, here we go. And it's sponsored by a doctor.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Dr. Frank Brooks. Thanks for stopping by my website. I'm here to talk about a problem that 10 out of 10 men have. Yet if you ask them about it directly, they'll deny it. They're embarrassed. They think it makes them less of a man, with their buddies and with their women.
Yep.
It's a problem men suffer from in silence daily. It's a problem medical science has completely ignored, but I haven't. The problem is sweaty balls.
That's right.
It can happen after a basketball game. It can even happen after a game of chess. Sweaty balls can happen while driving or sitting in a movie theater.
That's right.
That
Sweaty
sounds
balls
terrible.
happens to the young, it happens to the old. The solution to your sweaty balls is now right here in my hands. Fresh balls. You can use fresh balls as often as you want to keep the fellas dry. No more walking funny. No more fixing your shorts when they gang up on the boys.
That's right.
Hey, come on, guys. You're driving me nuts. I'm trying to be professional here. You want me to finish this thing or what? Okay. Look, here's the scoop. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy who suffers from a problem we all have. Our nuts get sweaty. Right, guys? Yeah. We use antiperspirant for our armpits, and women, they have stuff for their stuff. Why not us? Fresh Balls is an amazing lotion. It's not a powder, so you won't get that clumping on your skin or that powder residue in your pants. Hey, I'll be honest. Mine would be sweating right now shooting this video if it weren't for Fresh Balls.
That's right.
This website
Yours is
will tell
not
you all
sweating.
about Fresh Balls and where you can get your own set.
Of
You
balls.
sure do. Look, have fun, but remember, sweaty balls is a pretty serious problem with a very real solution. Fresh Balls. Use it every day as part of your daily grooming routine. So come on, don't leave your guys hanging. Purchase some Fresh Balls today. Your woman will love you for it.
You love my fresh balls.
I
don't
do
you?
love them.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Remember, Fresh Balls. So fresh, so dry. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, it's a lot more practical than my other invention, the zipper fan.
Zipper fan. You ever
There were a
catch
couple
it?
of injuries in testing, and we had to pay off some settlements, and it was.
You ever catch it? Like when you're zipping? You ever catch
Luckily, I've seen the movies where that happened.
Like
but it's,
something about Mary where he got his
yeah,
jeans above his
that
strength?
sounds
You
awful.
never caught it, huh?
It sounds
Never caught it.
No, it sounds terrible.
Way too protective.
But anyway,
You
they
can't be. You can't be careless. It's just.
You can't be careless.
Asking for trouble.
So I'm not going to share my product because obviously I've used it. So, but they do make fresh breasts. They make fresh feet. But it does. It's really nice. It goes on like a lotion, dries like a powder. It doesn't leave any residue. So I highly recommend it. Hopefully these guys will sign on to sponsor with us.
Yeah.
I'll take 2.
You'll take 2.
See,
One for
we've
each
already,
ball.
One for each ball. Is it true?
I'll take 3.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, we're trying to get samples. We'll give them out. Have your balls fresh, and then Marty will smell, make sure.
Yes, I'll be the tester.
Wait, I'll take 1.5.
1.5. All right. So where are we now? Now that we want to do Kavanaugh now.
Yeah, let's talk about Brett Kavanaugh.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we start, can I do the beer thing? Can I do what his
wide
words of
Yes.
wisdom?
Well, let me just see as part of this. I mean,
we all know who Brett Kavanaugh is, the guy that's more than not qualified to be a judge in the Supreme Court.
I mean, just the fact that he
shouldn't even be a judge on the People's Court.
No, he was crying. He was screaming. He was bringing up Clinton
Did you guys
and
see
things
Matt
like
Damon?
that.
It's a hit job.
Did you
Yeah.
see,
It's a
did you
hit
see Matt
job.
Damon when he came out on Saturday?
It was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
He came out, I was like, what? It was the best ever.
SNL is taking over for The Daily Show and making serious
It really
political
is.
commentary.
Yes.
Yes.
They
comedy
always
form.
have. They've always been political, but now they're even more so because Trump provides so much free material to people
Yeah.
that you think it's not real. And it's like when they did Sarah Palin years ago.
Oh.
They did her word for word, and they thought it was comedy. It was her
It was
doing her word alphabet.
She's like, and I
It's like
could see
they're on-
Russia from my house.
It's like they're on a mission now, because Sarah Palin, let's face it, she was a goof.
Oh,
was-
You know, she wasn't
That
damaging
was-
the country
Yeah.
like we got going on now. She
No,
was just a silly
she was
person
dumb.
who.
kind of like
Well,
Bush. He was a goof and a stupid and a puppet, and Cheney was running that whole show.
I mean, maybe it's just because she never actually got in office that she didn't get a chance to harm anything. Because Bush was goofy, but he was also a war criminal.
Yes.
You have to worry.
Yeah.
You have to worry about Sarah Palin's daughter getting pregnant from abstinence,
Oh.
or
That's a real
track-
cause of pregnancy in that family.
right, or
Or
track.
the son, or track
beating
trig,
up his
or
wife.
geometry, or whatever.
fuck is that?
All the kids
Geomet-
are named after college
Geometry
courses.
is too much of a big word for Sarah Palin, so keep it a Trek or whatever the fuck his name.
Track, trig, basket
Trig.
weaving,
There is a trig. Yeah, right?
Trig, Trek, whatever.
English
Yeah.
101.
Beating up his wife for the third time.
Right.
Got
Yes.
arrested.
Well, yeah, but he's not an abuser. He's not a criminal. He's troubled.
Yes, he's trouble.
Well, he's white.
He's
right.
white. When
Let's
you're
say-
white, you're trouble.
You're troubled.
Yeah.
When
You
you're black,
you get to be troubled.
You're a violent
it's a whole
criminal.
different. You're
Right.
a violent criminal.
Yeah.
That's the way this. I know. Am I? Come on.
If he wasn't white,
You know
he'd be
what?
if he
And you
wasn't
don't-
white, he'd be a thug.
You don't have to be a person of color to see what the travesty that goes on in this nation on a daily basis. How they're treated from top all the way down. You don't have to. I witnessed it firsthand. I'm sure you have. You have witnessed it firsthand.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But we dodged a huge bullet 10 years ago, because she was so close to being elected.
I know.
Imagine what would have happened with all her family issues being out in the news,
But
and her
yeah,
being vice president.
it's sort of what happens now.
It's
Well, we would have got it. Maybe we would have got over it 10 years earlier because a vice president can only do so much damage.
That's true.
right, but it's
true.
so funny. You're vice president. You're a heartbeat away from being president, and you're kind of like.
and
the
McCain had a lot
least-
of health problems.
you're
And
kinda
that's
like-
what made us all say, he ended up living a long time after that.
she,
But
Right.
she was one step. You know what I'm saying? Like if McCain became president, she was one step away.
Right.
she couldn't answer any questions.
None.
None.
No.
Zero.
How many
Ever
books? How many
questions?
books have you read?
None?
Yellow.
This
Yellow.
was the rehearsal.
Yeah.
I read all the books.
I read every book that I'm the
I
best
read all the
reader.
time. People are saying my book reading is excellent.
Nobody reads books like I do.
Nobody knows the military like he does.
I've got
Nobody
the biggest
knows,
brain.
The biggest brain. I
went to the best schools.
Best schools.
When you have hands as big as mine, you can flip the pages really fast.
Oh my gosh.
Right, and he's the guy that he put grab him by the pussy in our history books.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When you have to tell your children to leave the room because the man who occupies the Oval Office is on TV. And you don't know
Well,
what's
we're
gonna
talking
spout out
about
of
my
his mouth.
Republican family before, so I do the I did the Stormy Daniels biography,
Are they mad?
wherein I quote Trump verbatim. I mean, there's a lot of forensic dialogue that I kind of did. It was kind of like improv
Right,
in comic
right.
book form, but I'm quoting that whole speech. You can grab him by the put. My dad texts me, stop doing the vulgar stuff.
What?
That's
That's
what the
all he
president
is.
had. Yeah.
That's all he is.
I'm quoting the guy you voted for, word for word.
Yeah.
Why does your family back him up? What is it? He's a businessman, because that's coming out now that he's not the businessman. He said
No,
he
he
was.
was given everything,
It's
and he,
not-
and he
no,
went
that's not
bankrupt
why
with
they-
all that money.
That's not why they back him.
What is
Oh.
it?
He hates the right people.
Oh, that's what it is.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me circumlocute it by saying it that way. He hates the
Okay.
right people.
Yeah.
So do you get together with your family at Thanksgiving, or do you not even bother?
It's been a while. It's been a
Okay.
while,
I
but
can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. So before.
Well,
you
wait a
read-
minute. I wanted to say two things about Kavanaugh before you play that clip.
Okay.
Okay, because there's a couple things that came out today. All right. So, as an undergrad at Yale in 1985, Kavanaugh was involved in an altercation at a local bar
Yes.
and was accused of throwing
Yep.
ice at patrons.
Yep.
it wasn't just ice. It was ice in a glass with a drink.
Right. The incident led the New Haven Police Department to question him and 4 other men.
That's right.
Kavanaugh was not arrested in connection with the event because he's white.
It's true.
Everything is
It's
because
true.
he's white.
It's a family, and we didn't do this on purpose because you're here.
No,
we
but
just
it's
want to point
true.
out that it's
This is
so
where
true.
This is not
what we
fair.
have now.
This is what we have. Yeah. Also, there were 2 ethic complaints that have been filed against him in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit Court, for which he sits. One complaint charged that Kavanaugh's attacks on his accusers in written testimony submitted to the Senate Judiciary Committee on September 26 demonstrate his lack of fitness to be a judge. The other complaint
We saw
involves
that.
allegations made by
We all saw
Kavanaugh
that.
during his initial confirmation hearing. The complaints are being administered by Merrick Garland.
No way.
No way. No. That makes us very happy.
But see that kind of, because Merrick Garland, liberals are too principled to take their own side in an argument. So it's kind of like
You're
as
so
satisfying as it would be to see Merrick Garland, take
Yeah,
this
right.
motherfucker. But
It won't happen. It won't happen.
No, because we don't fight dirty.
Do you
No.
remember?
We don't fight
Do
dirty.
you remember the time you applied for a job and you cried and you screamed and you talked about beer and got the job?
That's where I would leave it off. We would like to show you how much Brett Kavanaugh likes beer. Okay.
We drank beer. She had one beer at the party and had beers with, and having some beers with friends, or just to meet up and have some beers. Drinking beer, which I gladly do. I like beer.
haven't answered that.
I like beer. I don't know if you do.
Okay.
Do you like beer, Senator, or not? What do you
Oh
like
my
to drink?
God.
Next one is.
Was he a
Senator,
one-time
what do you like?
vocalist for Murphy's Law?
In any event, we drank beer and
I want to say something after this.
still do.
Hold on,
So
pause
whatever.
it. Just pause it.
No,
David.
hold on.
I think you've probably had beer, Senator, and so.
So you're saying there's never been a case where you drank so much that you didn't remember what happened the night before or part of what happened?
Listen to this.
You're asking about, blackout. I don't know. Have you?
Oh,
Have you?
Could you
Have
answer
you?
the question, Judge? That's not happened. Is that your answer?
Yeah, and I'm curious if you have.
What a
I have
jerk.
no drinking problem.
such
Yes,
an
nor do
asshole.
I.
I think you do.
I think you do. What do you want to say?
Okay. All right. I want to say 2 things. Well, just one thing. It's obvious this man's career is going to be finished. It's got to be.
It's got to be.
Well, they're still trying to push him
he
through. That's the whole
can't-
thing.
Okay. There's no way.
I still think
possible-
he makes it.
Really?
I still think
There
he makes
is
it.
a very good chance that he'll make it.
I still
Yeah,
think
because, you
that
know,
Mitch McConnell is in charge of running this thing, and he is the worst.
He's a turtle.
He is
Yes.
the worst. He's I mean, the word is kakistocracy.
Yes.
We have the worst possible people running
Yes.
this government. They're. I mean,
Well, here's the thing, though. There's no way. Okay. Last Friday, they tried to rush the vote.
Yes.
They failed.
Yeah, they sure did.
They're going to try again this Friday. They're going to fail. I believe they're going to fail.
I hope you're right.
The FBI,
I'm not optimistic about it, but I hope you're right.
The investigation is not going to be finished in a week.
No. Plus, they're being
But-
told what to do, what to investigate by the White House.
Exactly. But now, okay, he's not going to be appointed to the Supreme Court. I feel he's going to fail. That's how I feel. Obviously, his temperament is not there.
No.
Now, isn't he a circuit court judge? Isn't he? He's a judge.
Yes, he is D.C. Circuit Court.
Now that has to be put into question too.
Yeah, because
Because he not only he lied under oath, he lied
Yes.
to the people investigating him. And it doesn't matter that he had the FBI investigation because these charges were never brought forward.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So you have a trail of lies here and a trail of new information that comes out almost every day.
It just seemed to me like he skipped over the part about evidence and the part about proceedings, and he skipped over that in law school. Really, he doesn't. He said no 18 times to an FBI investigation, where Dr.
Ford.
Dr. Ford said,
Ford.
"Yeah, bring it on. I
Yeah.
want the investigation."
Yeah.
But here's the point I'm trying to make.
Good.
Now, once this whole thing is over, he's going to have to go back to that. I think they're going to scrutinize him heavily, if he goes back there. I think that's finished too. Because if they start to really look into his past, he may not even be allowed to go back to that.
So he might be a lobbyist before this is all said and done.
Either that or
That's
he's going to be a
pretty smart.
huge
Wow.
spokesperson for some beer brand. I mean,
I think you're right about that. He likes that beer a
I'm
lot.
former Judge Kavanaugh,
What-
and
what-
I like beer.
I like beer a lot. Do you like beer?
I mean,
blacked
he
out?
could make.
When I'm getting blackout drunk, I like Leinenkugel. You got a goddamn problem with that?
Oh my god.
Damn it!
Now let's all try to figure out what his preferred brand of beer is.
I think it's Schlitz.
It's got to be something like
It's a frat boy beer. It's
But mine-
PBR.
mine is
like
Yes.
a Yingling or something. I don't know.
Maybe a Yingling.
Minus
Yeah,
all that
they-
bullshit. Minus all that for a second. He is not
Not a blue moon.
He's not partisan. He thinks this was a conspiracy from the Clintons and who else? George Soros.
I mean, if nothing else
everybody
from all
else.
this stuff, that whole opening rant about the Clintons and the Democrats, that
should
disqualifies
disqualify
him
him.
by itself.
Because how can he go on and lead a court
Yes.
after those statements like
and
that?
then Lindsey Graham, and I can't stand
we
him.
have to have that audio.
Oh, we have to. I wish I had it.
We
didn't-
have to have that audio of Lindsey
Oh,
Graham.
my stars and garters.
He's like, I do declare.
I do declare, where's my fainting couch?
I picture him in the dress from
Oh, like Gone with the
Wind.
Wind,
Gone
like
with the
Vivian
Wind.
Lee or
I
whatever.
do declare that Mr. Kavanaugh is innocent.
You know what?
Oh my stars!
I have to
Well,
say
that
this
used to
as
be the
well.
role play before John McCain died. When he
Yes.
would, Lindsay would be like that, and then McCain would come up to him and say, "Frankly, Lindsay, I don't give a damn." And then they passionately embrace, and then
I know.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
There's so much stuff to talk about. That's some type of weird rumor, but is there any truth to that?
What?
Between Lindsay and John McCain?
No.
having some type
No.
of,
I don't
never
think
been
between
confirmed.
John McCain. But
I've seen.
Lindsay is a confirmed bachelor.
Lindsay is so far in the closet, he lives in Narnia. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
Just
he
come
does.
out already. But he can't. He hates himself so much.
Yeah.
And he loves the money from the NRA, and he loves the money from the Russians because he's going to be under
And he's an
investigation
old school
also.
guy. It's not like
And
if
he's
he
an
was a
old school
millennial
guy.
or somebody from the current generation, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gay. So what?"
He
Yeah, so
can't.
what?
He can't come out. And it's funny to me that whether you preach from the pulpit or whether you're one of these Republicans that are against homosexuality, that you are the one found in a Motel 8 with some little
yeah.
Sniffing,
Craig.
sniffing coke off a
sniffing coke
a
off some-
naked boy's ass.
I have a
Yeah.
wide stance.
Right. Yeah. What about
Larry Craig. Tap,
Larry-
tap, tap.
Tappy McWide stance.
David, we have to do plugs right now because we're getting close to the end here.
Okay, can I just do one thing real quick?
We're at 28 right now.
Let me just do. Hey, Gene, can I have a few more minutes? Just want to do it's okay.
Okay.
I just want to say how liberals are destroying the country. Now we're all liberals here. Well, you guys aren't. Here, well, you might be.
Gene
We're not
says he's
sure.
independent.
I'm an
Gene is
independent.
independent.
I'm an independent.
We've seen what you post, though. We do watch.
I'm an independent. I go both ways, just like with two girls.
Oh,
Devil's Triangle.
So, yeah, that's a drinking game.
I have one girl on
That's
the
a
right.
quarters game now.
That's
Oh,
like
wait a
both the
minute. No,
Democrats I
that's
like.
not
There's one girl on the left, one
Devil's
girl on the
David,
right.
should we go home and play Devil's Triangle?
I want to play Devil. You guys want
Devil's
to play
Triangle is when it's two guys, and when they high five, it's the Eiffel Tower.
Right. I usually call it pig on a roast.
All right, that's enough of that. All right, rate your thing right
Rotisserie.
there.
My rotisserie girl right now.
Read your
This is
thing.
how liberals are destroying America by believing in science, allowing people to marry who they want, don't want to kick out hardworking immigrants, let women control their own bodies. Think of one law that controls men's reproductive system. There isn't one.
Not one.
No.
Not one. If a girl wants to have abortions or do whatever, or, we'll get to the whole abortion discussion another night, but
Yes.
We want to prevent mass shootings. We don't offer thoughts and prayers. We want,
We want
legitimate,
action.
right, gun control.
Yeah.
And don't want people to die because they can't afford health care.
Yeah.
So they make liberal or socialism sound like a bad thing, but I wear it like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, you should wear your liberalism as a badge of honor.
Well,
Because it
you know
means you
what?
care
That's-
about the public.
That's one of the strongest points of the Republican Party. They
They call you a libtard.
They
you know?
know how to set the agenda,
right,
and set the talking points so much better than anyone else.
The Democrats don't attack.
No,
Where
They don't attack.
We all discussed this. We said, the Republicans are dirty. They're
Yeah.
dirty. They come out and
They
they
play
fight.
dirty.
They come out what's that movie? You brought a gun. You brought a knife.
You
to
brought
a
a knife to a
gunfight.
gunfight. Yeah.
What was that called? The Untouchables.
Yes.
Yes.
They have to start bringing bigger.
Democrats won't even make a fist.
No.
And that's the
No.
thing.
No.
And as soon as you get somebody who's actually trying to fight these guys, they kneecap them. Bernie Sanders, look what they did to him.
Well, you see, Bernie.
Cory Booker, same deal. What's going on now?
And that's why I like this lawyer,
Avenatti.
Yeah, I like the
Love the
Avenatti.
Avenatti.
He's fierce, man.
He is not afraid to get his
And
hands
he's
dirty.
smart, and
He's
he's got comebacks.
But I think that he needs to. Not run for president, but
Right.
run for something
Where's
different.
to get some experience in government?
Get some government experience, because when they say Trump's a businessman and he's not a politician to be president, it should be more than you being 35 years old and a natural-born citizen. It should also
You have
be.
to know how government works.
You have to know how government works. You should have some outside of America experience. You should have to turn in your tax report.
Well, that one I'll go with.
They should have to interview your third grade teacher.
I don't necessarily agree that you have to have held some other office first.
Just understand how government works.
I mean,
though.
yeah,
understand
there
the
should be-
Constitution.
there should be something
understand
like
the
that.
checks
You
and
remember-
balances.
That all went out the window with what's his name, Schwarzenegger. You remember back in
Yes.
Yes.
when
Yeah.
he came in,
Yes.
he was he was the.
It went out the window with
Another
two.
rampaging success.
Yeah.
Gosh,
It went out the window with two. What's his name? The wrestler.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
There you go.
But
People
now they're
like
now they're throwing names around like Oprah for president,
Ugh.
and the boxer. What's his name for fucking president? How about somebody? I'd rather have the boring old man who has the experience. Like I love Bernie. We all love Bernie, but like you said, he was kneecapped by the DNC.
Yes,
by
he was.
It's funny that people would have much rather voted for someone like Oprah than Hillary. I mean, I'm sitting here as someone to this day, 2 years later. I say, you have conversations with Trump supporters and just people in general, and they say, "Oh, I can't stand Hillary. I didn't like Hillary."
Why?
What? Tell me more.
Why?
Because they've been
Specify.
hearing
What-
since the 90s that they're supposed to hate her.
Yes.
There's been a campaign.
They've been conditioned.
And it's not fair. And I say this to my centrist friends all the time who think I hate Hillary Clinton. I don't hate Hillary Clinton.
No.
I think she was a bad choice for a candidate.
Yeah.
Because
She wasn't a
the
strong choice.
society has
She-
been conditioned for
Yes, they have.
decades to hate her guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't go into a
And
presidential
it's hard to
campaign
change
like
your
that.
But you know
reputation
what's so
once you
weird
have
to
it.
me? You know what's so weird to me? Even women say that.
Yes, they do.
52% of white women voted for
Well,
Donald
if
Trump.
you remember what
But
happened
what-
when she first became first lady, and she said when they talked about, "Are you going to stay home and raise the
Oh,
kid?"
I'm not here to bake cookies.
Yeah, yeah.
And that turned off.
And they
50%.
killed her for it.
They killed
They
her.
killed her for it.
Killed her for
And
it.
you know, the truth is that she's a very apt lawyer, and she wanted to continue practicing law, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at that time in our lives, you
Right.
know, at that year, that was a wrong thing to say.
You know what the
apparently.
biggest problem that the Republicans couldn't get over with Obama is that he was a black man. Over them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
And
really
now-
turned up the.
And if,
turned up the
and if
switch.
Obama did nothing in the White House, why is Trump trying to turn over everything that he accomplished?
Right.
Right.
Every
But
single thing.
it's not just, I mean, it is the Republicans. I mean, let's face it. But we got to remember, that we hear all about the Stein voters who should have just shut up and voted for Hillary.
Right.
10% of Bernie's voters voted for Jill Stein, and they blamed that for Hillary losing.
Yeah.
But 25% of Hillary's primary voters wouldn't vote for Obama.
That's right.
Give you 3 guesses why.
Oh, yeah. I know why.
I mean, she wound up losing the primary. Obama won the White House.
See,
but
not only an artist, a smart guy too.
He's so smart. I
Smart
love
guy.
this.
Listen, we're
this is
going to
great
end. We're
program.
a few minutes over.
Well, let's do some plugs and find out how we can help people.
Okay.
All right. So Do you have like a website?
I
Or,
do.
like-
It's
okay.
artbyjoeparadise.com.
Okay.
You can book me for your private events there. I do caricatures.
Nice,
It's a big
great.
hit. I do it at weddings, parties, and you can get your own artwork like that.
I love it.
We love it. We do love it.
And is there
Massive hit at weddings.
Are you now? You're out in public and doing these caricatures
Yes,
as well.
well,
so where can people see you? Like you have
out
any
at
dates?
Citizens Bank Park at the Phillies
Phillies
games.
game?
I'm
Okay.
usually there a couple weekends a month. I mean, it's.
Are you like inside?
Yes.
Oh, that's
that's cool.
I'm
fantastic.
right. We're set up right behind first base. It's I've been there off and on since they opened up Citizens Bank Park,
That's
and it's
so great.
Remind
gig on earth.
us when baseball season starts up again, and we'll come out.
Yeah.
We'll support you. I don't watch baseball.
He doesn't
but-
watch baseball. I mean, it's actually still going on.
I know. Is it?
Yeah,
well, the
isn't it?
playoffs, but it's the playoffs, which means the Phillies have nothing to do with anything going on right now.
No, it's not their year this year, but going to a Phillies game is really fun, though.
Oh, they
Yeah.
were so close this year.
I know.
Okay, so
Okay.
you want to start your own company? Your own
Oh
transport
man, yes. I have my website, msmtransport.net.
Okay.
Are you
Morningstar.
looking for investors?
Investors? Well, you know what? I got one ambulance and one wheelchair van. So, if you would like me to transport your elderly relative to dialysis or any type of appointment or anything that you would like,
Guys, send me your links later. We'll put them up on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah, yes.
Also, when you do start making money, you want to come back and sponsor the show. You're
Yes.
more than
No,
welcome.
don't
They would
forget
love you
about
for
us.
that. Don't forget about us.
Yeah.
But you guys are more than welcome. And we know you came from where? From Bloomfield?
yeah.
Where? How far is Bloomfield?
It's an hour.
Ooh,
Oh, that's so nice.
Over an hour.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came an hour the other direction.
So where are you from?
Swedesboro.
Oh, Swedesboro. You're down south. Okay.
Yes.
That's where my daughter is right now.
Nice.
She's down visiting her boyfriend in Clarksboro.
Oh yeah, right.
I knew this would
Yeah.
be a great show. I knew.
I knew too, yeah.
Joe, you're on top. Eugene, you're on top of it. It was really,
really great.
We want to know if you guys want to come back.
Yes.
We will
Love
have
to.
fresh balls for you.
Yes.
Now,
Excellent.
we
Yeah.
do the show. If you guys want to come up with an idea, we're open to it too, right? To have more people here. If you want to come back, you have an idea of something you want to talk about, something you want to press, feel free to come on and use us.
We talk
to
about all
do
kinds
that.
of different topics. We always put a little bit of politics in it because we're such news junkies. But we have talked about people with believe in outer space, aliens, and
The asshole equation.
the asshole
and-
equation. We had a debate between two young people. One was a Republican and one was a Democrat, and they debated each other. and
Nice.
we've had a lot of different kinds
But
of
if you have
topics.
friends that need promotions or anything like that, or
Yeah.
businesses that you know of and you want to stop by, these guys like Gene and Ruben are always looking for money. They're like Jews, but they're not really Jews. But, yeah, he's more Jew. He's
yeah.
not, you should wear your hair like that and do the curls one day.
Yeah, that'd be really good. And, and one of them hats, those Brillo's Pat hats.
We should do it.
Hey,
And all-
Dave.
yeah.
Hey, Dave, I'm actually more like the guy that goes around with a cup on the subway.
Oh, literally. But I will have some fresh balls. Hopefully they do contact us and we have a sponsor. Did you guys like the fresh balls ad? I know it's.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's really
I
good.
want if they do sponsor, I want you to play
Can I
it
get
during.
some fresh balls for my Yingling?
Absolutely. I want you to play it during church time on Sundays. Have the fresh balls roll. right
Oh,
across
that'd be
the
so
screen.
great, right?
Even I think Jesus needed fresh
You
balls.
can have
while
it
he was
passed
hanging up there.
around on a golden offer tray.
Right.
Yeah.
So
A little
that's our
beam of
plug.
light shines down.
If you do
Okay.
that, they definitely sponsor you. I think that'd be the.
Everybody, you need fresh. You don't want your ball, especially Gene. You have old balls. You don't want them stick. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
David, that is not nice.
We could hire a choir. Fresh balls.
Fresh balls.
We want Frankie Sweets to come
Jesus and
back.
fresh balls.
There you go.
So you guys have a
new
good-
balls, old balls. Everybody got to get fresh,
Fresh balls.
we need a little jingle.
Did you guys have a good time on the show?
Had a
Catchy.
blast. You
guys
kidding
had a
me?
good time?
Good.
The time flew by.
It does. We could probably talk for another hour, but
See, that's the
probably
thing.
could.
You know what the thing about this is? There's so much.
Going on.
So
but
much going
this is
on.
just one day.
We could
This
spend
is one day.
one day.
It's the
I didn't
Trumpster fire.
I didn't even talk about everything.
630
You remind me-
days.
621
You remind me
days.
of Joe Rogan, by the way. The way you are, the way you're
Yeah,
doing this.
yeah.
Very Joe Rogan-ish. So,
Really?
Yeah,
I'll take it
I
as
love
I'm pointing
that.
at you with my fresh balls. So we're gonna
I'll take it.
We're gonna end now. We put my happy song on.
But happy is number 3, I think.
Is it 3?
Yeah. Look over.
Happy, joy,
Happy.
Is it which song? I can't find it.
Happy.
Happy, haha, shut up. Oh, is that one? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, have a good night. We're off the air. All right, sorry you ran late. Sorry about that. You guys are awesome.
Oh man,
That was fun.
that was a blast.
Thank you so much.
That was a blast.
That's fun, man.